What's up, guys? I'm on the Pinhoti Trail once again. We are starting section 3. This is the Trammel Trailhead, and we are gonna head north. So try to take you along. We'll do a few miles today. It's not gonna be a full day of hiking, but we'll pick it up tomorrow. So let's get busy. So I'm on 675 with the trail from Trammel Trailhead, where it turns to 675. I think it's the machine dug road. Roughly 2 miles in. There's water down there. Hopefully you can see that down in that area. And I came from that direction. I just got on it maybe a few minutes ago. So anyway, that's going to be your first source of water. Alright, so I'm about 10 miles in at some lookout. It is so windy, that's why I haven't even videoed anything. And it's supposed to get down to, I don't know, last I looked like 28. Then somebody told me when I first got in it might be in the 30s. But man, with this wind is ripping through here. And I'm on this ridge, and I'm about 1.5 miles, I think, from Bull's Gap. But when I was there earlier today, checking it out, I didn't see a place really to camp, so this is like my only choice. So it's going to be a cold night. All right, well, I don't know if I'm going to video anymore. Good morning, everybody. It was a cold night. Thankfully the wind did die down a little bit. So got up bright and early this morning. I hadn't eaten breakfast or anything. I need to warm up, so figured I'd get hiking. Beautiful sunrise back there. I don't know if you can see it somewhere back in there. I don't know. I'm using a new camera. Did not bring a selfie stick, so I'm having to use this to hold it in my hand. I'm roughly about 1 mile from Bull's Gap. I think I said that last night. So we're gonna get to Bull's Gap, make up some coffee, maybe eat a little breakfast, and then hit. I mean, when you get to Bull's Gap, you start right out going straight up. So that Bull's Gap section is about 18 miles. I hadn't been out on the trail in like 4 months, so I don't think that I'll do 18 miles. I don't know. I might. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. All right, so I'm gonna get going and enjoy this beautiful sunrise. Kind of windy, so I won't even try to talk. Best view that I've had so far. This is about 6.6 miles in, power line crossing on section 4, Bull's Gap. All right, about 7.5 or so miles in. I'm at Heath Ridge, or Heath Ridge, I think. So yeah, just stopped for lunch, and that consisted of a Spam single. And so yeah, just pretty good view. And I guess they call it Heath Ridge because Randall Heath, died here on February the 5th, 2001. I think word has it he fell over or something. All right, back on the trail. All right, so still plugging along, about 11.5-ish miles in. Just past the microwave tower back there. So still on section 4, the Bull's Gap to Porter's Gap section. Still not sure how far I'm gonna make it. I'm just shooting for water because there has been, 11 11 and a half miles in and no water. So, I mean, I did load up before I got on trail. And I don't want to, I camped dry last night, but that was only about 11, what did I do, 10 miles yesterday. And there was water, but I had already watered up, so, but I did camp dry last night. Don't really feel like camping dry again tonight, so not a whole lot to see. There's been a few views, and mainly it's just been woods walk, just like that. You can see, you don't need to see my mug. Just give you a little panorama. This is obviously probably going to be a little bit different video than I normally do. Just because mainly I want this to be more of a tutorial on the Pinhoti section. Did I say tutorial? Not a tutorial, just more of a preview. There's a couple of videos out there already, and they were tremendous help, so maybe this is just kind of a little bit of a updated preview. Probably still not doing it justice though. Get out here, do the Pinhoti. All right guys, roughly about 14.2 miles in. This is the first water that I've seen so far, and that is a view of what they call Scott Lake. So as you just saw, I just crossed this creek here. I looked around to see if there was an easier way to cross. Probably was. I probably didn't have to take my shoes off, but I need to tend to some things on my feet anyway. So according to the records that I'm reading, get water here if you need it, and there might be about 0.2. So this was 0.2 miles from the view that you saw from Scott Lake. So 0.2 miles you got to here, and then another 0.2, there might be one more water source, and that will be the last water source that you'll get for the next 7 miles. And that's if you continue on into Porter's Gap, which would be section 5. All right, I'm letting my feet dry out, and I'm gonna, I think what I've decided is I'm gonna just keep plugging along a little bit longer. Okay, so update. My filter is broken. I won't squeeze anything. I think when it was so cold last night, I'm guessing it must have froze. I did think about it before I went to bed, but it wasn't supposed to freeze, and but it obviously did, and because there was a little bit of ice in one of my water bottles. So anyway, I haven't used that filter in 4 months, so I thought it would be dried out, but so note to self, it doesn't matter whether it's got water in it or not. I don't know. So I got 1 liter of water left. I mean, I could get it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't. I could boil it, but it's not gonna. I'm not gonna be able to boil enough in my pot to get me another 15. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish the hike to Porter's Gap. Maybe I can get some phone service. See if I can get somebody to either bring me to my car, which is at Trammel. I've got a bunch of water in there, and I could just fill up, spend the night at Porter's Gap, and then finish in the morning. I don't know. We'll see. So I made it to Porter's Gap. Ended up being a 19-mile day. 18 for this section plus the mile that I did coming out off the Trammel. or section 3. So I was able to get in touch with Brian Andrews, who lives around here on the Pinhoti. Kind of met him. He helped Darwin out when his filter busted. So wow, so he's doing it again. So I'm not real sure what's going on right now. I don't know if he's gonna pick me up and take me to my car exactly, or you know, hook me up with some water or something so I can finish this section. But anyway, don't know if I'll be videoing anymore, but I will keep you updated on how this drama transpires here. Basically, I know better. I just, there's no buts. I should have put it in my pocket like I normally do. Even though I knew it wasn't gonna freeze, it was still, I knew it was gonna be in the like 30 something, but obviously it dropped down a little lower than that. All right, so Brian showed up, my savior there, and he even surprised me with some beer. So we've had a couple of beers.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it has. You've saved 2 people in the last like month, right?
Yep.
But he
for the
actually,
same problem.
Yeah, for the same problem. He actually brought me a Sawyer Mini, brand new, still in the package. So I owe him big time. All right, peace.
See ya.
Still got a little bit of daylight left, and Brian just left, so just sitting here about ready to hit the rack after I eat. So I'm having cheesy beans and rice, just letting it rehydrate a little bit, and we'll throw a little bit of corn chips in there. And I don't know if you can see that road. I'm right next to the road, and to be honest, I just don't have the wherewithal to hike any further in here than I already am. So, all right, good night, and we'll see you in the morning. Thanks, Brian. All right, good morning, everybody. We are starting pretty early this morning. Been on the trail since about 7:15. Starting section 5, that would be from Porter's Gap to Adams Gap. And if you remember, we started at section 3, the Trammel Trailhead. Now, what I probably should have mentioned this in the very beginning of the video, but there's 2 other sections prior to Trammel Trailhead, section 3, and that's 6 miles, and then I think it's another 17 miles of road walk, or it may be 12 miles. I don't know. I decided I'd skip that section for now, and catch that another time. I wasn't really into the road walk. So see how it goes today. I've only been on the trail maybe, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, and I think we have about 15.5 miles today to get to Adams Gap, where I will hopefully have cell service, and Brian from yesterday, who brought me the filter, is gonna come and get me and take me back to my car, which is at the Trammel Trailhead. All right, let's get busy. All right, you guys are looking at Rocky Top. About 2.3 miles in from the Porter's Gap Trailhead. Nice camp spot. Although, I don't know where you'd hang a hammock. If you were in a tent or cowboy camping, it'd be a great spot. All right, I think I'm about 6.8 miles in, something like that, roughly. But I've entered the what they call the rock garden here, and it's about I don't know, 1.9 miles, 2 miles of nothing but this. I just started it. Supposed to take probably a couple hours to get through here, so not gonna video anything through here, I don't think. Just past Claremont Gap and did the switchbacks, and you can't really see, this doesn't do it justice, but switchbacks from Claremont Gap ain't no joke. All right, I made it. I ain't gonna lie, that was very tough. Waiting on my ride. There's Brian right there. Just pulled up just in time. All right, Pinhoti Trail guys, do it. Just in time, only been here about 5 minutes.